Forbes magazine recently reported over the next 30 to 40 years, $30 trillion in assets will pass from one generation to the next in the United States alone. The Center for Rural Pennsylvania estimates that here in Lancaster County, $1.1 billion will transfer from one generation to the next every year for the next 25 years. The sad reality is that 70% of this wealth will never make it beyond the second generation. Researchers discovered the statistic holds true going back more than a century after reviewing hundreds of family wealth transfers. Should this trend continue, more than $800 million each year in Lancaster County could be lost, squandered, mismanaged, or wasted by the next generation. I'm Rick Rodgers with Rodgers of Associates. Our interest in this topic started more than a decade ago when we observed our clients were concerned about passing on the wealth they had saved to their children and grandchildren. They didn't want their children to be spoiled by their inheritance, but what could be done to assure inherited wealth helps the children? Is a life well lived measured by the size of our bank accounts or how much property we acquired? Or is it measured by our relationships and the conditions of our relationships when we leave? Researchers found a common factor in the 30% of successful wealth transfers that kept the families together and the wealth available to the third and fourth generation. The successful families trusted each other, maintained good communication among the generations, and if we want to build a legacy that will last, parents, children, and grandchildren all need to trust each other and have regular, meaningful communication. Long before television and smartphones, we knew that our parents and grandparents could teach us important lessons about living. They were the ones who had the experience of life's ups and downs. They had gained the perspective and had the qualification to share their wisdom. And today, as people are living longer, it's not unusual to have 4 or 5 generations at one time. We have a terrific opportunity for each generation to guide and inform the younger generations coming after them. But after parents die, their wisdom and their experience die with them unless we take effort to learn from them. Parents need to teach the next generation about how they acquired their wealth and the responsibility that goes along with inheriting wealth. Many people seem to have given up on the idea that the best of what we can offer of ourselves and our experiences can be passed on to our children. We cannot share wisdom with our children by just adding their name as a beneficiary in the will. I believe there are 3 lessons we need to teach our children about wealth. First, there are no shortcuts to wealth. Those who take shortcuts, the lottery winners, marrying for money, or inheriting a sizable estate without any preparation, often live dysfunctional lives with their windfall creating larger problems than they faced before. Receiving an inheritance without any preparation can poison the children who will destroy themselves and their families because they know nothing about the responsibility of handling wealth. You must work with your children long before an inheritance is received. Secondly, use wealth in service to others. Everyone is rich when wealth is used in the service of others, family, friends, and humanity. Thinking that money will just buy more stuff and that more stuff is best will destroy anyone slowly but surely from the inside out. Thomas Jefferson said that the pursuit of happiness is an internal journey to know ourselves and an external journey of selfless service to others. It is best for children to learn this from their parents at an early age. A family should develop the culture of sharing the family's wealth with others and meeting to make these decisions together. Wealth management should flow to the next generation while parents are still living and can help guide the process. It will become wealth that has been gracefully and wisely relinquished, a gift that keeps on giving, a gift that cements parent-child relationships, not an inheritance that undermines and confuses. And thirdly, use wealth to strengthen family relationships. Wealth can divide or wealth can connect. Wealth can grow relationships, wealth can destroy them. Wealth is energy, it's there to employ. If you have wealth, does it control you or do you control it? The answer is found when you examine your engagement with others in your life. It's why some people with lots of money die impoverished, while some others of modest means who bask in the warmth touch of family and friends die rich. Having regular conversations with the next generation provides an opportunity to frame a different set of values and leads to a different kind of relationship between parent and child and a different commitment. And you can start by reframing the charitable giving as a family project deserving of time and attention proportionate with the effort that went into making the money in the first place. Charitable giving should not be a tax-driven process. It's values-driven, with an emphasis on need and effectiveness. Anything less mocks those in our family who came before us, those whose sacrifice, hard work, and deferred compensation led to the donation. Selecting worthy causes is not just a process for the rich, but for everyday working people who have a modest amount of wealth to pass on. Don't underestimate how even a small gift to charity can leave to a big impression on children when they are included in that decision. Every family, regardless of their wealth, should have family meetings. Your children need to understand that they are your legacy, not your money and your possessions. For your legacy to flourish, you must get your children involved. Work with them to create something and contribute something to your community for the benefit of others. What we leave behind, most importantly, our words and deeds, are reflected in the lives of those we touched. Are you taking time to teach your children and grandchildren about the family and legacy you want to pass on?